music in the environment is a relatively new field of study for musicians. Although there have been people writing music about this from time immemorial, we have recorded music from back in the Middle Ages that talks about birds and nature in general. And the psalmists, for instance, in the Old Testament they're writing poetry about nature. But it took a long time for us to focus on this as a kind of music that we like to feature, partly brought on by the climate change issues, the whole general environment scare and the environment awareness. And as one more species goes down, becomes endangered, we're thinking, whoa. So this isn't just the scientists who are doing field work, although they're 100% important, but it's for the rest of us to become sort of proactive and aware. So there are a lot of musical voices out there trying to capture the sounds of it, whether through soundscapes or writing compositions that reflect some of the sense of how the planet is faring. It's happening all over the world. Some of the leading person for this whole thing is, of course, a Canadian. He set the world on fire. Murray Schafer. He developed the concept of soundscapes, where you take a tape recorder, record the natural world, and then do various manipulations if you wish to, and create a soundscape out of it, and use that as music, so that you're not just playing on a piano, but that you're listening to the recordings of an ambient sound, wherever that may be. That's one part of it. Another part of it is addressing the endemic sound pollution, just like for even today, we're starting listening to this room. You guys were listening to this room. What is happening in this room that isn't part of what we want to talk about? And then going to address it, whether it's a guy with a drill working on cement upstairs in the building project, or whether it's another person rolling a cart through a noisy corridor. We start hearing those. And when you want to hear the surroundings, that's great. But when you want to restrict yourself from having to listen to just everything, then you're dealing with noise pollution. So there are all sorts of angles of this. But the most joyous of them is that I think Mother Earth, the natural world, is just resplendent in its beauty, whether from the bird calls, the sounds of wind, all the natural sounds. And because we're mammals, we're part of the natural creation. It's written in our DNA to want to or to respond to and require these sounds for our own well-being. So it's finally high time that we recognize this and we start to create times and places where we can listen to this.